Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am Dr. Supradip Das, Assistant Professor at the Department of Design, IIT Guwahati, and this is the 20th lecture of the course Introduction to Toy Design. In today's lecture, we will explore safe and sustainable materials for toy alongside regulatory compliances related to durability, longevity, and toy safety. Traditional toys were crafted from locally available materials such as wood, clay, bamboo, fabric, leather, and metal. These materials were biodegradable, renewable, and minimally processed, making them inherently safe for children and more environmentally responsible. Contemporary toy manufacturing operates within structured regulatory frameworks. Globally, toy regulation is built around one central principle: child safety under foreseeable use and misuse conditions. This means that a toy must remain safe not only during ideal play, but also when it is dropped, pulled, twisted, chewed, or exposed to moisture and heat, ensuring that safety is sustained throughout its life cycle. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to learn safe and sustainable materials for toys, differentiate between traditional and contemporary toy materials, understand key regulatory frameworks governing toy safety in major markets, example India, Europe, USA, UK, and understand regulatory testing that ensures toy remains safe under foreseeable use and misuse conditions. Materials are fundamental to toy design, not just for shaping form, but also for influencing interaction, emotional engagement, and developmental learning. For children, particularly those under 8, toy materials must be safe. While material choices in product or fashion design may prioritize aesthetics or performance, toy must balance functionality with play value, child development, and health standards. Rising environmental concerns have recently prompted a shift towards sustainable and non-toxic materials in toys. Traditionally, toys were made from materials that were locally available and deeply connected to the environment. Wood, clay, fabric, leather, bamboo, and metal were commonly used by artisans across regions. These materials were biodegradable, renewable, and required minimal chemical processing. Because they were natural and untreated, they were inherently safer for children, free from synthetic toxins and harmful additives. The use of such materials was not accidental. Communities crafted toys from what the land offered, creating objects that were both environmentally responsible and culturally meaningful. So, what are sustainable materials for toys? Sustainable materials for toys are those that are safe for children, environmentally responsible, and ethically sourced, while also supporting long-term ecological balance and cultural continuity. These materials minimize harm across the toy's life cycle, from extraction and production to use and disposal, making them viable alternatives to conventional plastic-based toys. This table highlights a range of sustainable materials used in toy making across global and Indian contexts. We mapped this list from the understanding of the module 2. Each material demonstrates how ecological responsibility and child safety can coexist with creativity and cultural expression. Wood, such as ivory wood, beech, pine, and neem, is widely valued for being renewable, durable, and non-toxic. Toys like Channapatna and Kondapalli wooden toys, along with puzzles and stacking toys, show how wood supports tactile and open-ended play. Similarly, bamboo and cane, known for their rapid growth and flexibility, are used to create lightweight carts, animal toys, and musical play objects in regions like Assam, Nagaland, and Jharkhand. Clay and terracotta toys are derived directly from earth and require low energy processing. Their cooling, natural surface makes them safe and sensory rich, as seen in terracotta rattles from Uttar Pradesh and Bihu dolls from Assam. Natural fibers such as cotton, wool, jute, and coir offer softness and breathability, making them especially suitable for cloth dolls and stuffed toys found in Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. Natural fiber is another child-safe material, commonly used in tethers and infant sensory toys due to its elasticity and durability. Paper and paper mache, lightweight and recyclable, are transformed into figurines, masks, and decorative toys, particularly in Jammu and Kashmir. Emerging materials such as plant-based bioplastics like PLA represents modern sustainable innovation. These materials offer lower carbon footprints and are used in educational toys and experimental eco-toy designs. Recycled and reclaimed wood and fabric contribute to circular design practices by reducing waste and creating unique upcycled toys. Metal from brass and bronze, such as dokra figurines, emphasize durability and heirloom value, often bridging ritual and play. Meanwhile, region-specific waste materials like coconut shells demonstrate how local ecological knowledge transforms natural byproducts into durable and culturally rooted toys. In today's world, choosing sustainable materials for toys is not just a design decision, it is an ethical responsibility. Across the globe, toy makers are shifting towards materials that are renewable, biodegradable, and safe for children. Wood remains one of the most trusted materials, especially FSC certified maple, beech, birch, and pine. These woods are durable, biodegradable, and ideal for blocks, puzzles, and Montessori toys. Similarly, bamboo, fast growing and resource efficient, has become popular for construction sets and musical toys. Natural rubber sourced from latex trees is widely used for tethers and bath toys because it is flexible, non-toxic, and biodegradable. Organic cotton and wool are preferred for soft toys and dolls, offering breathability and chemical-free safety for infants. Earth-based materials such as clay and terracotta connect play to tradition while remaining fully biodegradable. Agricultural byproducts like rice husk, wheat straw, and coconut shell are now being transformed into molded toy components, reducing plastic dependency. Innovations such as plant-based bioplastics like PLA and hemp fiber composites show how technology and sustainability can work together. Even recycled paper, cardboard, and reclaimed wood are being reimagined into creative DIY kits and educational toys. Ultimately, sustainable materials ensure that toys are not only safe for children but also gentle on the planet, supporting a future where play nurtures both imagination and environmental responsibility. When we talk about safe materials for toys, safety is not just about the material itself. It is about the conditions under which it is used, processed, and certified. Let us begin with ABS and PP plastics. These are commonly used in durable toys because of their strength and impact resistance. However, they must be BPA free and phthalate free, and they must comply with strict mechanical and chemical safety testing. Only certified food grade or child safe variants are acceptable. Food grade silicone is widely used in tethers and mouthing toys. It must pass migration and toxicity tests to ensure that no harmful substances leach out when chewed or exposed to saliva. Only high quality tested silicone should be used for infant products. Natural rubber is another popular option for baby toys. It must be latex safe, free from nitrosamines, and free from allergens. Proper processing ensures it remains soft, flexible, and safe for mouthing parts. For wooden toys, beech wood and birch wood are commonly preferred due to their tight grains and durability. The wood must be smooth, splinter-free, and sealed with natural oils or coatings compliant with EN 71 Part 3 standards to prevent toxic element migration. In the case of textiles such as cotton or polyester, safety depends on chemical treatment. Fabrics should ideally be OEKO tax certified and free from AZO dyes or harmful finishing chemicals. Water-based non-toxic paints are essential in toy manufacturing. These paints must comply with EN 71 Part 3 or IS 9873 Part 3 standards, which regulate limits on toxic elements such as lead and cadmium. And PU foam may be used in soft toys or cushioning elements, but only if it is certified low emission and free from harmful flame retardants or toxic additives. When discussing toy safety, it is equally important to understand restricted materials or substances that are tightly regulated due to their toxic impact on children's health. Lead is one of the most critical restricted substances. It is limited to a maximum of 90 milligram per kg in paints and 100 milligram per kg total content in substrates due to its severe effects on neurological development. Cadmium is restricted to 75 milligram per kg, while arsenic is limited to 25 milligram per kg. Both are toxic heavy metals that can accumulate in the body. Mercury, regulated under IS 9873 Section 5 and EN 71 Section 3, has a maximum limit of 60 milligram per kg, even its harmful impact on the nervous system. Hexavalent chromium, that is chromium 6, is even more strictly controlled with a maximum limit of 0.02 milligram per kg, as it is carcinogenic. Other regulated elements include barium, maximum up to 1000 milligram per kg, selenium, maximum up to 500 milligram per kg, antimony, maximum up to 60 milligram per kg. In plastic components, phthalates such as DEHP, DBP, and BBP are limited to 0.1%, that is 1000 parts per million, in all accessible plasticized parts. DINP, DIDP, and DNOP are restricted to 0.1% in mouthing toys for children under 3 years due to their endocrine disrupting potential. Paint preservatives are also controlled under IS 9873 Part 7 with specific restrictions on substances like formaldehyde and CMIT or MIT, and nitrosamines and nitrosatable substances often associated with rubber products are limited to 0.05 milligram per kg, as they are potentially carcinogenic. Let us see some examples in the market. Here are some examples of toys that are already using sustainable materials and some initiatives towards a sustainable future. In 2021, Matchbox introduced Driving Towards a Better Future. Its strategy to ensure that all Matchbox die-cast vehicles, playsets, and packaging are made of 100% recycled, recyclable, or bio-based plastic materials by 2030, aligning with Mattel's overarching objective. Highlighting these values, Mattel is set to launch the much anticipated Matchbox Tesla Roadster, the first die-cast car produced using 99% recycled materials and certified carbon neutral. Mega, the inspiring leader in preschool construction toys, is passionately paving the way for a brighter, more sustainable future with Mega Bloks Green Town. This amazing toy line is the first of its kind, proudly certified carbon neutral. Each delightful playset, including the Build and Learn Eco House and Grow and Protect Farm, is thoughtfully crafted with minimum 56% plant-based materials and 26% ISCC certified biocircular plastics with a mass balance approach. Additionally, packaging features 100% FSC certified paper, enhanced with eco-friendly soy-based inks for easy recycling. Every set is not just fun but educational, encouraging little ones to adopt green habits through engaging activities like waste sorting, using electric transport, and protecting our precious honeybees. Together, let's inspire the next generation to love and care for our planet. It is important to know that ISCC means International Sustainability and Carbon Certification. ISCC is an organization that oversees sustainability certification or material feedstocks and markets worldwide. The organization developed a certification framework that includes principles of sustainability, supply chain, traceability requirements, and verification of chain of custody. The mass balanced approach involves combining bio or plant-based materials or recycled materials with conventional fossil materials during production. This results in a final product that incorporates both recycled and fossil-based virgin materials. And FSC means Forest Stewardship Council certification, which is a globally recognized voluntary system verifying that wood, paper, and other forest-based products are sourced from responsibly managed forests, promoting environmental, social, and economic benefits. Mattel Inc. has launched Barbie Loves the Ocean, its inaugural line of fashion dolls created from ocean-bound plastic sourced from ocean waste. The collection features 3 dolls whose bodies are made of 90% recycled ocean-bound plastic components, along with beach shake playsets and accessories. made from 90% recycled plastic. Additionally, Barbie utilizes 95% recycled or FSC certified paper and wood fiber materials in its packaging. Note that ocean-bound plastic or OBP certification is a third-party globally recognized and audited standard that verifies plastic waste collected within 50 kilometers of coastlines, which is at high risk of entering the ocean, is responsibly collected, managed, and recycled. Developed by Zero Plastic Oceans, it ensures ethically sourcing and promoting circularity, allowing products to be labeled with OBP seal or combat marine pollution. The host Brandsteder Group, which encompasses a Playmobil brand, has established bold sustainable goals. The group aims for climate neutrality by 2027 and is engaging in various projects and initiatives to integrate into closed material cycles. As of early 2024, Playmobil converts its entire toddler portfolio in Playmobil Junior, featuring materials that are at least 90% plant-based. This initiative uses biocircular material derived from food or paper production waste, making it the first major toy brand with a fully sustainable toddler line. Packaging now consists of 90% recycled cardboard. Wiltopia is made from sugarcane and included in the McDonald's Happy Meal for the first time. Den Toys Blue Marine toy line offers sustainable, durable toys crafted from recycled maritime gear like nets, ropes, and trawls. Produced in-house in Denmark with a focus on eco-friendly pastel-colored designs, this line exemplifies the brand's commitment to sustainability, with 98% of their products featuring the Nordic Swan Ecolabel. Here, the Nordic Swan Ecolabel is the official voluntary sustainability certification for the Nordic countries: Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden, established in 1989. Haxel is a sustainable, pocket-friendly fidget toy from Plus, featuring 6 signature pieces on a flexible cord for bending and twisting. Made in Denmark using 100% wind energy and recyclable materials, it helps with focus and anxiety. Available in various colorways like Spectrum, Waterfall, and Bubblegum, these toys can be connected to create larger complex shapes. The Wild Republic collection features the Green Guardian playsets, designed for children aged 3 and older. Kids can select from 5 themes: Rainforest, Trekker, Safari Rangers, Jungle Guide, Ocean Diver, or Arctic Explorer. Each set comes with a vehicle, a human protector of the planet, and an animal figure. These items are made from eco-friendly and biodegradable materials. Wild Republic also launched Earthkin's Mini Dingo, the first line of biodegradable plush toys in 2024. Playper playsets are constructed from Playper boards, a specialized plastic-free and 100% recyclable material. It is durable, thick, cardboard-based material made from recycled grey board and FSC certified materials. The toys use water-based coatings and soy-based non-toxic inks, making them safe for children and environment friendly. Once the toys have served their purpose, they can be recycled as they contain no plastics, glues, or tapes. Despite being paper-based, Paperboard is designed to be sturdy, spill-resistant, and capable of withstanding the tornado hands of preschoolers. Now, have a look at the regulatory compliances for toy manufacturers with a specific focus on durability, longevity, and safety across four major regions: India, Europe, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Toy regulation across the world is built around one central principle: child safety under foreseeable use and misuse conditions. This means toys must remain safe not only during normal play, but also when dropped, twisted, chewed, pulled apart, or exposed to moisture and heat. Children explore through touch, force, and repetition, and regulations are designed with this reality in mind so that the manufacturers and designers can implement. Durability and longevity, therefore, are not just commercial advantages, they are regulatory necessities. A toy must remain structurally sound and chemically stable even after repeated mechanical stress, environmental exposure, and prolonged interaction. If a toy breaks easily, exposes sharp edges, releases harmful substances, or loosens small parts, it becomes a safety hazard. Although different regions such as India, UK, and the United States operate under distinct legal systems, their regulatory frameworks share common fundamental pillars. First, mechanical and physical safety, ensuring no sharp edges, choking hazards, or structural failures. Second, chemical safety, restricting harmful substances like heavy metals and phthalates. Third, electrical safety, for toys that use batteries or power sources. Fourth, flammability resistance, preventing rapid ignition or fire hazards. Fifth, labeling and traceability, allowing products to be identified, recalled, and monitored if needed. And finally, testing and certification, which verify compliance before toys reach the market. In India, toy safety is governed by the Bureau of Indian Standards, commonly known as BIS, under the Toys Quality Control Order. BIS, as the national standards body of India, has established 10 Indian standards specifically focused on the safety aspects of the toys. These standards address multiple dimensions of risk, including mechanical and physical safety, chemical safety, flammability, and electrical safety. The standards ensure that toys are structurally sound, meaning they must not break into sharp pieces, detach into small choking hazards, or expose children to mechanical injury. They also strictly regulate the presence of hazardous substances such as heavy metals, toxic dyes, and harmful plasticizers. And electrical toys are evaluated for insulation, overheating risks, and shock prevention, while flammability standards ensure materials do not ignite easily or spread flame rapidly. And out of the 10 Indian standards developed for toy safety, 7 standards form the core of the Quality Control Order, or QCO, are on safety of toys. Under this quality control order, it is mandatory that all toys intended for children below 14 years of age comply with these 7 Indian standards. Most importantly, such toys must carry the standard mark, the ISI mark, issued under license by the Bureau of Indian Standard. This means that compliance is not voluntary, it is a legal requirement. The Bureau of Indian Standards grants licenses to toy manufacturing units only after assessing their manufacturing processes, quality control systems, and in-house or third-party testing capabilities. Manufacturers must demonstrate that they can consistently produce toys that meet safety benchmarks. Furthermore, the regulation clearly states that no individual or company is permitted to manufacture, import, sell, distribute, store, hire, lease, or even exhibit toys for sale unless those toys conform to the prescribed Indian standards and bear the valid ISI mark. For the purpose of certification by the Bureau of Indian Standards, toys in India are broadly classified into two categories based on whether they use electricity. The first category is non-electric toys. These are conventional toys such as rattles, dolls, building blocks, puzzles, board games, and pull-along toys. Essentially, any toy whose function does not depend on electricity. Non-electric toys must comply with IS 9873 Part 1, which lays down safety requirements related to mechanical and physical properties. This standard ensures that toys are free from sharp edges, small detachable parts, choking hazards, and other risks that may harm children during normal use or foreseeable misuse. The second category is electric toys. These are toys that have at least one function dependent on electricity. For example, battery-operated cars, musical toys, electronic learning devices, or toys with lights and sound features. Electric toy must comply with IS 15644 of 2006, which specifically addresses safety requirements for electrically operated toys. This includes protection against electrical shock, overheating, short circuits, insulation failures, and fire hazards. By separating toys into electric and non-electric categories, BIS ensures that each type is evaluated according to the specific risks it presents, reinforcing child safety through targeted and appropriate standards. In Southeast Asia, toy safety regulations operate within a dual framework: national enforcement combined with regulation cooperation under the Association of South Asian Nations, commonly known as ASEAN. While ASEAN does not yet have a single unified toy safety law like the European Union, it promotes harmonization of standards across its member states to facilitate safer trade and protect children across the region. Each country maintains its own regulatory authority and certification system, but there is increasing alignment with international safety benchmarks. Despite regulatory differences, the region shares a common foundation built on global safety principles. Mechanical integrity ensures toys can withstand pulling, dropping, twisting, and repeated play without breaking into hazardous parts. Chemical safety restricts harmful substances such as heavy metals and phthalates, safeguarding children from toxic exposure. Electrical protection applies to battery-operated or electronic toys, preventing overheating, short circuit, or electric shock. Flammability control ensures material do not ignite easily or spread flames rapidly, especially important for plush and textile-based toys. Clear labeling and age warnings guide caregivers in selecting appropriate products, while traceability systems ensure that manufacturers are importers. Manufacturers and importers can be identified in case of recalls or safety investigations. For toy manufacturers operating in Southeast Asia, regulatory compliances demand careful navigation of country-specific certification systems. Each nation within the Association of Southeast Asian Nations maintains its own testing protocols, documentation requirements, and approval procedures. This means manufacturers must understand local labeling rules, laboratory standards, import clearances, and conformity marks before entering each market. However, beyond these procedural differences, the overarching objectives of ASEAN remains unified and clear. Protecting children. Compliance is not merely a bureaucratic exercise, it is a commitment to safety, durability, and responsible production. Toys must withstand pulling, dropping, twisting, biting, and repeated handling without breaking into hazardous parts. Materials must be free from harmful chemicals. Electrical components must be insulated and secure. And packaging must provide clear age guidance and safety warnings. In Europe, toy safety is regulated under the EU Toy Safety Directive. Compliance with this directive is indicated by the CE marking, which shows that the toy meets European safety, health, and environmental requirements. The CE marking stands for European conformity. It indicates that a toy meets the European Union's essential safety, health, and environmental protection requirements. When a toy carries the CE mark, it confirms that the manufacturer has assessed the product and ensured compliances with EU regulations before placing it on the European market. Durability and safety testing are carried out under the EN 71 standards. These standards assess mechanical strength, resistance to flammability, and limits on chemical migration. Toys are tested to ensure they do not break into dangerous parts, ignite easily, or release harmful substances. Importantly, European regulations require that toys remain safe not only during normal play but also under foreseeable misuse. This includes actions such as pulling, twisting, biting, throwing, or dropping behaviors that are typical in children's play. Manufacturers are also required to conduct formal risk assessment, maintain detailed technical documentation, and ensure full traceability throughout the supply chain. Every toy must be traceable back to its manufacturer or importer. The European framework places strong emphasis in life cycle safety. This means that a toy must not become hazardous over time due to wear and tear, exposure to heat, moisture, repeated stress, or material degradation. Now let's look at the United Kingdom. Here, toy safety regulations are designed to reduce health and safety risk to children. Every toy placed on the UK market must comply with the safety strict standards before it can be sold. All toys must carry either the CE mark or the UK CA mark. The CE mark indicates conformity with European Union safety requirements, while the UK CA mark shows compliance with UK specific regulations following Brexit. These markings confirm that the toy has been tested and meets essential requirements related to mechanical safety, chemical limits, flammability, and electrical performance where applicable. Importantly, the UKCA and CE marks must be clearly visible, easy to read, and permanently affixed. They should not fade, peel off easily, or be placed in a way that makes them difficult for consumers or regulators to identify. Through this regulatory marking, the UK ensures that toys available in the market are safe, compliant, and suitable for children's use. When we look at the toy safety in the United Kingdom, two important certification marks stand out: the CE marking or the UK CA marking. Note that after Brexit, the UK introduced the UK CA mark to replace the CE mark for goods sold in Great Britain. Safety and responsibility beyond basic legal compliance for manufacturers are the lion marks. The lion mark is for the toys made by members of the British Toy and Hobby Association, or BTHA. This mark indicates that the manufacturer goes beyond minimum UK regulations. It shows a commitment to best practice guidelines in safety, ethical manufacturing, and responsible marketing. In simple terms, the lion mark represents industry-led assurance and higher standards. Let us know the British Standard Institution, that is BSI kite mark. Unlike other self-declared compliance marks, the kite mark means the toy has been independently tested by BSI experts. Importantly, this testing is ongoing and repeated, ensuring continuous compliance with safety standards. It signals third-party verification and rigorous quality control. The age warning symbol serves a different but equally important function. This safety symbol is required so that a toy is not suitable for children under a certain age. It is a safety warning that the manufacturer should include. The packaging usually provide additional information explaining the specific risks, such as small parts that could cause choking. In the United States, toy safety is regulated by the US Consumer Product Safety Commission (CPSC) under the Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act (CPSIA). The CPSC is a federal agency responsible for protecting the public from unreasonable risks associated with consumer products, including toys. The CPSIA, enacted in 2008, significantly strengthened toy safety requirements after several high-profile product recalls. It introduced stricter limits on hazardous substances, mandatory third-party testing, tracking labels for traceability, and stronger enforcement powers. Under the CPSIA, all toys intended for children under 12 must comply with specific safety standards and undergo testing in CPSC accredited laboratories. Manufacturers and importers must issue a children's product certificate confirming that the toy meets all applicable federal safety requirements. The law also sets strict limit on lead content, phthalates, and other harmful chemicals, and requires permanent tracking labels to identify the source and production batch of each toy. Durability and mechanical safety are evaluated primarily through the ASTM F963 standard, Consumer Safety Specification for Toy Safety. This is a comprehensive standard that addresses physical, mechanical, chemical, and flammability hazards. ASTM F963 includes extensive mechanical testing to simulate real-world use and foreseeable misuse. Toys are subjected to drop tests to assess whether they break into sharp or small hazardous parts. Compression tests evaluate whether toys can withstand being stepped on or squeezed. Tension and torque tests simulate pulling, twisting, and bending forces commonly applied by children. Abuse tests are designed to replicate rough handling, repeated impact, and long-term wear. The purpose of these tests is not simply to check performance, but to ensure that the toy remains safe throughout repeated mechanical stress. If a toy cracks, splinters, exposes sharp edges, or releases small detachable parts during testing, it fails compliance. In today's lecture, we learned about safe and sustainable materials for toys and regulatory compliance for toy manufacturers related to durability, longevity, and toy safety on different continents. In extension to the toy safety and its standards, we will learn more in Module 9 in detail. Till then, see you all in the upcoming lectures. Have fun.